On a problem like this where you're adding and subtracting multiple numbers, start from left to right and follow order of operations. So I'm going to start with 7 and 4/5, and then I'm going to subtract 4 and 1/2. And then when I get that answer, then I'm going to do the next operation. So in this case, I'm going to line everything up. I'm going to find a common denominator for 5 and 2, which is 10. I'm going to find my equivalent fractions, in this case by multiplying by 2 over 2 and 5 over 5. Go ahead and subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3/10, and 7 minus 4 is 3 wholes. So we have 3 and 3/10. So now I'm ready to do the next step of the problem, which was this answer plus the last part, 3 and 7/20. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing, find a common denominator. In this case, I'm going to use 20. So I'm going to leave the bottom fraction alone and just change this one. So the bottom one is already 20ths, so I'm just going to say 6/20 plus 7/20 is 13/20. 3 plus 3 is 6. So my final answer is 6 and 13/20, which is already in simplest form because 13 is prime and it doesn't go into 20. And this one is 6 and 1/2 and 1 2/7, and this time we're going to add first. Common denominator for 2 and 7 is 14. And if I multiply by 7 over 7, I get 7/14. Multiply by 2 over 2, I get 4/14. 7 and 4 is 11. And 6 wholes plus 1 whole is 7. So now I'm ready to do my last part of the problem, which is subtracting 5 and 3/4. So now I need to find a common denominator for 14 and 4. And when something just doesn't jump out at me, like I don't have memorized 14 times 4 off the top of my head, I start skip counting by the larger denominator, in this case 14. So 14 and then 28, and I stop when I get to a number that shares a multiple with the other denominator. In this case, 28 is a multiple of 4, so I'm going to use 28. So this one's going to be times 2 over 2, and this one's going to be times 7 over 7. When we subtract these, 22 minus 21 is 1 over 28, and 7 minus 5 is 2. My final answer, 2 and 1/28. So here's one more, 9 and 5/18, when we're subtracting 7 and 1/4. So just like before, I'm going to skip count by 18. So first multiples, 18 times 1 is 18. 18 times 2 is 36, and 4 goes into 36. So that's going to be my common denominator, times 2 over 2, times 9 over 9. I'm subtracting here, so 10 minus 9 is 1 over 36. 9 minus 7 is 2 wholes. Ready to do the next step, 2 and 1/36, and we are adding 5 and 7/12. And in this case, I'm going to use 36 as a common denominator because 12 goes into 36. So I don't need to change the first fraction, just change the second one by multiplying by 3 over 3. And we're adding here, so 1/36 plus 21 is 22 over 36. Now that is not in simplest form, so I'm going to divide by 2 over 2 because they're both even, so I know 2 is a common factor, so that would be 11 over 18. And then my whole numbers, 2 plus 5 is 7. So my final answer is 7 and 11 over 18 is in simplest form because 11 is prime and it doesn't go into 18.